kill two birds with one stone. Accomplish two things with one action. Example, if we discuss business during our lunch, we can kill two birds with one stone. We can enjoy lunch and also do business. We're accomplishing two things with one action. If we discuss business during our lunch, we can kill two birds with one stone. Welcome to the Professor English podcast, where we don't just talk about English, we practice English. My name is Ryan, and I am your host. Today, we are going to practice English by using the expression, kill two birds with one stone, which means accomplish two things with one action. This is a listening and speaking exercise. So, if you want to improve your English listening and your English speaking and your accuracy while also improving your vocabulary, in other words, the whole enchilada, you have found the right video. There are no long explanations, just English practice. Practice listening and practice speaking. So, if you are not clear about how to use kill two birds with one stone, don't worry. By the end of the video, the idea will be very clear. So be sure and watch until the end. Before we begin, I just want to remind you that if you prefer some visual help with this exercise, you can always see the video version on my YouTube channel, Professor English ESL Class. Now, let's dive in and start practicing English. Here is a situation. Lisa had a dilemma. Let's make a what was dilemma question. What dilemma? What dilemma did she have? What dilemma did she have? Here is the dilemma. She wanted two things. She wanted to continue exercising, but she also wanted to read more. She didn't have time to do both. Let's ask a how solve her dilemma question. How did she solve her dilemma? How did she solve her dilemma? Solver. How did she solve her dilemma? How did she solve her dilemma? And here is the answer. She listened to audiobooks while doing her morning walk. She achieved two things at one time. She killed two birds with one stone. She listened to audiobooks, that's one, while she did her morning walk, that's two. Exercise and read. She killed two birds with one stone. She killed two birds with one stone. All right, you're doing a fantastic job. Here's another situation. John had two problems. Let's make a what was John's problem question. What two problems? What two problems did John have? What two problems did John have? The first problem is that he didn't have a girlfriend. And the second problem is that he wanted to learn how to cook. Let's ask a how solve these two problems question. How did he solve these two problems? Here is the answer. He took a cooking course for singles. He solved two problems with one action. Learn to cook and try not to be single anymore. He solved two problems with one action, taking the course. He killed two birds with one stone. He killed two birds with one stone and took a cooking course for singles. He took a cooking course for singles and killed two birds with one stone. All right, you're doing a super duper job. Let's try another example. But before we do, I just want to remind you that if you find these exercises helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, Professor English ESL Class, so that you won't miss the next lesson. And if you are watching this video on YouTube, please take a moment to press the like button. It helps my channel so much and lets me know that you want to see more fluency and listening comprehension exercises just like this one. Now, Let's keep practicing English. Here is another situation. Mary had a dilemma. Let's make a what Mary's dilemma question. What dilemma? What dilemma did she? What dilemma did she have? What dilemma did she have? Here is the answer. She wanted to improve her English, but she spends most of her free time watching movies. Let's make a how she solve her dilemma question. How? How did she? How did she solve? How did she solve her dilemma? Solve her. Solver. How did she solve her? How did she solve her dilemma? Here is the answer. She only watched movies in English. She accomplished two things at the same time. She got to watch her movies, which she enjoys, but she also got to learn something. She killed two birds with one stone. She only watched movies in English. She only watched movies in English. She killed two birds with one stone. Let's try one more situation. I had a problem. Let's make a what problem I have question. What problem? What problem did I? What problem did I? What problem did I have? What problem did I have? Here is the answer. I had to meet two friends, but I didn't have a lot of time. Let's make a how solve this problem question. How? How did I? How did I? How did I? How did I solve this problem? How did I solve this problem? Here is the answer. I invited both of them to the same lunch. I did two things with one action, so I met two separate friends by inviting them to the same lunch. I killed two birds with one stone. I invited both of them to the same lunch. I invited both of them to the same lunch. I killed two birds with one stone. All right, you did an amazing job today, and you learned some fantastic English. Congratulations! I knew you could do it. Remember, practice makes perfect, so you should repeat this exercise several times, not just so that you can remember how to use the phrase kill two birds with one stone, but also to improve your listening and speaking skills. It's been really fun practicing English with you today, and I hope to see you again real soon. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the like button. See you in the next video with more interesting words and phrases.